Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. So I'm going to Scott Selections here for Wednesday, January 12th. For today's play of the day, quick recap weapon. So we're having a nice winner in the NBA with the Thunder plus 9.5 at minus 110 on BetMGM. Game was close throughout. Thunder and Wizards alternated leads the entire fourth quarter. Wizards won the game, but they only won by 4. So nice win for us. Look for another winner here on Wednesday. And for the play today, looking at a matchup between the Bulls and the Nets taking place at around 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Play that is going to be on the Bulls on the money line at minus 120 on BetMGM. Time recording of 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Couple reasons why I like the Bulls in the spot. First of all, every other book has minus 130 on the money line, so you're saving 10 cents, no questions asked, just by shopping at BetMGM. And I'm sure you get tired of me saying it. I will take the extra value each and every time. But you're looking at the form of these two teams heading in opposite directions. The Nets have lost 5 of their last 7 games straight up. They are also 0-7 ATS during that stretch. They've really been playing some terrible basketball. Meanwhile, Chicago continues to roll. The Bulls have won 9 of their last 10 games. They beat the Pistons yesterday pretty handily, which is a good thing. I know the Pistons are a terrible team, but the Bulls playing the second half of back-to-back, you always have to wonder about fatigue. Didn't really matter because the Bulls were able to rest pretty much all of their starters for the entire fourth quarter as they ended up winning that game by 40-plus points. So I expect the Bulls to be surprisingly rested for this game, and I do think they'll fare well at home. Now, looking at the matchups this season between these two teams, pretty one-sided. Chicago's won each meeting by at least 4 points. They're looking at the injury report. Nets might be without Harden and Kyrie. They're both questionable. Harden has a knee issue. Kyrie has an ankle issue. If I had to guess, I would assume Harden's going to play and Kyrie won't because Kyrie's played 2 games this season and he already has ankle issues. So I expect Kyrie to probably sit out. And I do think when one of them gets announced out, you will see more money coming in on Chicago. But last but not least, you got to talk about how the Nets have fared this season against top-tier competition. The Nets, up to this point, have faced off against 8 top 8 teams this season. In other words, top 8 records in the league. And the Nets in those games are 0-8. They have not beaten a top-tier team all season long, and I don't expect them to start now. You're looking at the current form. I already mentioned how they've not covered in 7 straight games. But when you're barely beating the Spurs at home and you're barely beating the Pacers on the road, you end up losing outright to Portland in your last game, who's missing CJ and Lillard. I can't trust you. And this line seems extremely low. The Bulls have been playing so well for the last couple of weeks, and I do think that with all the firepower they have, DeRozan, Levine, even Wands has been really good this year. Vucevic, of course, can't be slept on. I think the Bulls will win this game, and I do think the Nets will keep it close for a little bit before eventually giving up some run, and the Bulls could easily score 120 here. The Nets' defense has been a mess lately, and the Bulls have so many weapons. So I do expect the Bulls to eventually break through and win this game probably by about 5 points. Play that once again here for Wednesday, January 12th. Going to be on the Bulls on the money line at minus 120 on BetMGM. Bye, everyone.